Okay, hi friends. So I have had a lot of people ask me recently-ish how I have maintained my customer base after having a total wipeout of my social media 2 times. So if you haven't heard my backstory really quickly, I have been with SeneGence for, it'll be 5 years this March. And I have maintained my SeneGence business strong for 5 years, but I also branched off and got a very big TikTok following, and a lot of people I know have done the same thing with Instagram and Facebook. But for me personally, it was TikTok. I reached over 100,000 followers 2 times for my business via TikTok. That's a different video as to how to do that, but for right now, I'm just kind of talking about the hard copy way that I have reinforced my business as like a security measure, so that I never do lose my contacts or my followers with my real business. So I know this might seem kind of random and like we need a training for this, but I just want you guys to know ways that I have maintained my business after having those huge amount of followers deleted. I also know a couple other girls who have either deleted their Facebooks or their Facebook accounts have gotten hacked and they lost all of their customers and contacts. So ever since I've heard about that and that has happened myself, I really have started doing things a little bit differently. So I hope to share more tips and tricks as I go, but really quickly, I just want to kind of explain how I do my customer information stuff now with hard copies and not just things on my phone, because I also get scared that possibly I could lose, somebody could hack your Square account or something could happen and all of those contacts and emails get deleted. So there's obviously a lot of ways to like sit down and do manually type everything out or manually have a hard copy. I'm way too busy and too lazy to do that. I think that for a long time I was like, oh, I'll do it when I have time. Oh, I'll do it when I have time. Okay, well, you're never going to have time to sit down and write 3,000 people's names in a notebook or type 3,000 names. You're never going to just happen to stumble on that time. So unless you chunk out your life, you're going to have to do it in baby steps. So here are my baby steps. And I feel like these are very duplicatable things that are easy to do and not expensive. You don't need fancy apps. You don't need a fancy anything. You can do this at home no matter where you're at in your business. So as I acquire orders now, I just have this basic sheet, like an order sheet. I like pen and paper. A lot of people like to do Excel sheets on the computer. It freaks me out. I like pen and paper. I like to highlight, cross out once I know it's complete. I like a physical copy. So if you are like that kind of a person, hi. So first thing I want to talk about is how I take the order physically. So whatever it is, whatever messaging system or however I'm talking to my customer and taking their order, I'll write their name. I'll put their item, their color, whatever. I have a separate little box here for X's. Like this, for me, this means I've put it in my SeneGence cart. It's in the cart ready to go. And then I have date shipped, my 1 month follow-up, 3 month follow-up, whatever discount I gave on the order, the total of the order, and whether or not I should add them to my VIP texting group or send them a message if I think they're going to be, or if I know there's somebody who like always orders foundation. I can put, when I get into the fancier stuff, I can put them in a club or a group or a contact list that I can reach out to all at once for just foundation refills or just the month of February refills. See how that comes together and makes life easier? Okay. So these are how I take my orders. At the end of the month, I take the time to input them all into the system. I also put at the beginning of these orders, place order February 22, order on the 13th. So like, that's when I know my bulk order comes in. And then once these things are done, I staple them together once this order is placed. Like, I don't know where the stapler's at. I really think you guys trust me when I say I staple these together. I staple them together. I put a little note card with whatever I either ordered for myself or what I ordered for. I'm also working on getting my MUA through SeneGence this year. So everything that I marked off for like having in my makeup bag those sort of things. This is going to keep track of all of that for taxes. So I write down all the orders that are going to be coming, and then I'm able to put the total PV and price here so that when I staple this all together and I put it in this little handy dandy SeneGence tax book, if I ever need all of my history, I have my hard copy, and it can go right in to the section with my SeneGence stuff. This was super easy. I found an old binder that was my kids', and I literally just January. Then I put all the stuff in there. I put my thing in there. I post, and then I haven't even gotten that far. I'm only halfway through February, but I want to take all of my receipts that I save and keep them in for the month. Everything will be together, and at least when it comes tax season, I don't hate myself next year. I wouldn't call myself a rock star in this business or anything, but I've been doing it for so long and doing things the really freaking bare minimum way for 5 years. Trust me when I say I wish I would have just taken these little steps in the beginning of my business. Yeah, if you've never watched a training by me, I'm sorry I always look like this. I'm sorry I sell makeup and always look like a homeless person, but hey, I'm doing all right, right? If I have this many orders, I'm doing okay. So, Merry Christmas. Mackenzie asked me to do a training video. Apparently I do taxes now. I used to be like the personality. But you'd be in SeneGence so long and you actually become a business owner. Big things happen. I started selling makeup because I was too afraid to tell my husband how much I wanted to spend on lipstick. And now I have my own LLC. I have my own boutique. I have had 200,000 TikTok followers at 2 different times. So if you're new to SeneGence and you just signed up during free signups, what's up? Hi, I'm LaVon Burgess. I'm sorry you haven't met me yet, but welcome. And I'm so happy to have you in the sisterhood, and love you, sisters. Sorry I'm crazy. I'm that cousin that you're like, ooh, what's she up to? That's me.